Am I the idiot for telling my mother I don't want her at my wedding? I, female 21, am getting married to my fiancé next week. My fiancé, male 23, let's call him Wesley. My mother since I was a child has had severe OCD, which came along with being a huge germaphobe, such as making me wash my hands and feet 3 times, with a Dove soap bar, nothing else or they're not clean, anytime I got into the house. Like water, soap, lather and rinse, 3 times in a row in front of her. Even if I just stepped outside for a second you had to wash. Understandably, it is a bit of a pain, but I love her, and she can't help her condition. Another thing, at 11 p.m. every night she has to walk around the house and flick each light switch 10 times. And then disinfect each and every switch because she touched them. She has been very accepting of Wesley, and treated him like he was her own son. Cooked for him, let him stay, and generally just lovely. When I told him about the washing hands and feet thing, he was also very understanding and applied the method. Last year, I told my mother about the wedding, and she was very happy in the beginning. Until after we started making preparations she started telling me what to do. For instance, for the venue me and Wesley planned to go to this beautiful place that had ruins of a castle next to the sea during the summer. We only had an hour slot for the ceremony, to which after we would be moving to a hotel to have a meal and dance. My mother advised me to change the venue because she didn't like the fact we chose somewhere outside for the ceremony because no one would be clean. I argued it was what we wanted, and that it is our wedding, not hers. She then went silent about it for the following time after that, never mentioning it. When choosing my wedding dress, I invited her along, and she argued with me that other people would have been in them so they're not clean. And then forced me to not even wear the wedding dresses, just to have the assistant hold them up in front of me. My wedding is now next week, and yesterday my mother called me and asked for me to change the venue as there will be no sinks so people could wash their hands and feet. To which I replied, I am not having over 70 guests individually wash their hands and feet 3 times. Especially with the slot we have, it would take a huge chunk of everything. She started yelling at me that everything will go wrong, and that she's disappointed in me because I should know the rules. I refused to change my venue, as it would be difficult to find another in such a short time, and me and Wesley have wanted this place for a while. She told me she will sort something out, and a few hours ago, she sent me a screenshot from eBay of someone selling 5 tanks of water from them little water dispenser things you would usually find in an office. And a box full of Dove soap from her cupboard. I rang her up and to inform her I think it's best if she didn't attend, as the wishes she wants are impacting my wedding. She ended the call without saying anything, and then posted on Facebook I was no daughter of hers, and that I didn't love her. Am I the idiot? Now for a few comments before the update. Not the idiot at all. You cannot ask guests to buy into this. A friend of mine has a daughter with quite extreme OCD. She always told me that when they do things like exposure therapy you are told not to enable the behavior. I know you love your mom, but you need to stop doing the hand and feet washing. You aren't helping, as much as you may want to. Does your mom have any professional help to manage this? If not, please look at getting her some help. Then the original poster responded with, she hasn't ever had help, and has refused it after me and my father recommended it for her. She just shrugged it off multiple times and said it was basic hygiene. After this we are looking at whether she likes it or not, because it's ruining her mental health. Comment 2. Okay. You already know that washing your hands and feet 3 times when entering a house is not normal. Her mental illness has curtailed your life for many years, leading into your wedding planning. I sure hope you went wedding dress shopping alone and actually tried on dresses without her. Your mother needs therapy. Her solution of buying water tanks to force wedding guests to wash their hands and feet is beyond the pale. Not the idiot. I hope if you have children one day you don't allow this to continue. Then the original poster responded with, hi. Yes, I went with my friends instead a month after without telling her. We are looking at therapy options now. When we have children we are not letting her tamper with how we parent them. Thank you. Now for the update. The wedding was yesterday. I absolutely had the best time of my life and have made the best memories. I took people's advice, and I had told my friends, bridesmaids and maid of honor, about this situation, to which they helped me create a Zoom link that one of my friends would host for her to watch. I sent her this link early in the morning so she could see in time for the ceremony at 5 p.m. She left this unread. She never attended the call. We noticed June 7th people had cancelled at the last minute, to which when they were questioned by other people who knew them as to why, they replied saying they wouldn't want to watch me get married due to how I treated my mother, influenced by my mother's out-of-context Facebook post. After the ceremony, we went to the hotel as planned, and then during the dance, one of my mom's friends pulled me aside and asked why I was so disrespectful to my mother. From this I felt extremely guilty, but I explained my side of the story, which she didn't believe, so she then left early and whispered things to other people who noticeably left earlier. Around 3 left due to her gossip. During the night, I sent her photos of which people who attended took, and what I took, of little family photos of me at the altar, walking down the aisle. A photo of Wesley crying when seeing me in a wedding dress. She left these on read. Highlight of my night was my dad telling me my mother tried to give a wedding gift, but he checked what was in the box before he came and it was a bar of Dove soap. So he just left it at home. Made me chuckle a little. After the wedding, me and Wesley stayed a night in the hotel. We had the party and meal, and I received a text from my maid of honor of a screenshot of a Facebook post my mother had made. A quote she posted. I've attached it. Then, when I went to check this Facebook post, I saw that she had blocked me on Facebook, so that I couldn't even see her profile anymore. This was a final straw, so I texted her a long paragraph. Basically saying how I love her, but she needs psychiatric help and therapy/meds. I also said how the Facebook posts were unnecessary, when we both know I retracted the invite as I was looking out for her, not because I didn't love her. Additionally, I said whether she realized it or not, she was losing me as a daughter, and it didn't have to be like this. I also said it is now her choice to take the help she needs or not, because I can't force her to improve her own mentality. She has left this on read too. This situation has been taken way too far, but I can't and will not enable and feed into her compulsions and obsessions anymore. I love her, but I can't take this behavior anymore. Thank you for your support. I am very grateful for all the advice. I have had a great wedding and felt like a princess. Comment 1. Out of curiosity, do your mother's friends know about her stuff? Like, do they have to go through the triple washing, or do they never meet in person? Or is she actually able to avoid inflicting this on people other than you? No scenario reflects well on your mother and or her friends, because either your mother is capable of not being that disruptive and chooses not to give you that courtesy, or her friends are comfortable just buying into her mental illness and expecting everyone else to bend their lives out of shape for her. Then the original poster responded with, "Hi." They know she has OCD but not the triple wash as they've never come inside our home. Basically, they don't really know any of her behaviors and obsessions. She doesn't really get many visitors that are her friends, due to where she lives being so far into the countryside. They really pity her for her OCD. So when she made that Facebook post about me not inviting her and how I didn't love her, her friends automatically assumed I was a horrible person and defended her. Comment 2. You're the idiot. Your mother clearly has severe OCD, and you're being incredibly insensitive and selfish. Instead of showing some empathy and understanding, you chose to exclude her from your special day, causing unnecessary drama. It's not that hard to accommodate her needs and find a compromise. Your wedding could have been a beautiful occasion for everyone involved, but you decided to make it all about yourself. And don't even get me started on your friends and family who supported your decision. It's shocking how they're enabling your heartless behavior. Your mother deserves better, and you should be ashamed of how you treated her. Your wedding might have been magical for you, but for your mother, it was probably a heartbreaking experience. You need to reflect on your actions and make amends with your mother. Get her the help she needs and start being a more compassionate and understanding person. Your wedding might be over, but the damage you've caused can have long-lasting consequences on your relationship with your mother. Comment 3. I'm glad you're moving on. My guess is she'll want back in your life should you choose to have children. Resist her doing to your children what she did to you. Now, for the next story. Am I the idiot for not treating my niece, who's also my biological daughter, more like one of my kids? I have a niece, Ava, who is also my bio daughter as I am her sperm donor. She is the daughter of my sister and her wife. Her wife's the bio mother as well. They obviously could not have children together. They decided to tell Ava about it a few months ago. Originally the plan was to have Ava know from the beginning, but they changed their mind. That's a whole other story though. Anyway, since Ava has found she started coming over to our house every day. It used to be just after school every day, but now that summer break has started she is here from early in the morning too. Now my niece is great and all, but having a guest over every day was a little much for me. I talked to my wife about it. She admitted she also wasn't happy about having a guest every day either, but hadn't said anything because she didn't think it was her place to interfere given the situation. I told her that I understood and we agreed to talk to our kids about them inviting her over less. However, when we talked to them we found out that they were not inviting her over. We had assumed they were since the three were always together. They've explained it to us that she just started following them home after school one day. They've also said that they don't like having her over so much either. They don't mind her over sometimes, but they don't want a guest over all the time either. They also said with her always around they feel like they can't go out and do things with their friends or invite them over, so after we talked it through we agreed we would all be more comfortable with her coming over more like once every other week. Which I will add is still a lot more than she previously used to come over. Previously we would only see her on holidays. I talked to my sister about it, and she says I'm wrong for wanting to push Ava out and calling her a guest. She says that she's figuring out things and wants to spend more time with her bio siblings. Furthermore, she said her daughter was crushed that we are going on a big family vacation next month and hadn't invited her yet. Another thing that has bothered her, according to my sister, is that we gave her the same birthday gift as we usually do, a $50 gift card, like nothing has changed. Overall, my sister thinks I should be treating her more like how I treat my kids now. Obviously, this is a delicate situation, and we want to treat it as such, but we do think it's fair to have some firm boundaries. Edit. Just so everyone knows, the donation was done through a clinic, and there is paperwork saying it was a donation, and I am not the legal parent of any child that was created through the donation. Now for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. How old is Ava? She expects things to change, not realizing that you and your wife already knew and treated her no different. She sounds young and might need therapy soon. Not the idiot. This is a tricky situation, but it's better to have an open conversation now and set boundaries before she develops more expectations. Then the original poster responded with, she is 14 years old. Comment 2. Not the idiot. You need to sit your sister and niece down to explain the family dynamics. You are her donor, not her dad, and that needs to be clarified. Your sister sucks for changing the plan afterwards. Now for the update. I've gotten multiple people message me interested in an update, so I thought I'd share what happened. I decided to talk to my sister's wife about the situation like some people suggested. Which was definitely a good idea because my sister had been keeping some info secret. I found out from my sister-in-law that she had gotten a really good job offer that would have required her to move. She wanted to take the job. My niece also wanted to go because they would have been moving to New York City. My sister, however, did not want to move, so she decided to tell her daughter about me being her sperm donor to try and get her on her side about staying. This worked for the most part, as she no longer wanted to move and wanted to stay nearby to us. My sister, however, also hid from her wife the conversation about us not wanting their daughter around as often. As far as my sister-in-law knew, everyone was happy about her being over so often. Once I told her the truth, she was very upset and said she would discuss everything with my sister and their daughter. I don't know much more that happened with all that, and none of us heard from any of them for over a week. When we finally did, we found out that they have decided that my sister-in-law will be taking the job and they will all be moving. Since they are going to be moving soon, it's not going to be much of an issue anymore for us to maintain our boundaries. So for the most part, at least concerning the part involving my family, it's been resolved. Thank you all for the advice though. Comment 1. Your sister is a massive idiot. That poor child. I hope your sister-in-law realizes the damage your sister caused their daughter, gets her some much needed help. I'm honestly surprised she's sticking with her after what she did. Comment 2. You're the idiot. Seriously, you and your wife are heartless. Your niece is also your daughter, and you treat her like an unwanted guest? Shame on you. She's a child who just found out her entire life is a lie, and you want to push her away. You should be embracing her and supporting her through this difficult time. Your other kids are selfish too. They're just upset they can't have their perfect little lives disrupted. You all need a reality check and some empathy. You're treating a 14-year-old girl like she's a burden, and it's despicable. And the fact that you think giving her the same birthday gift is okay just shows how little you care about her feelings. Grow up and act like a responsible adult and a parent to all your children, not just the ones you prefer. Comment 3. Wow. So your sister is not just a bad mom but also a bad wife. She really tried to manipulate that situation, no offense, but I kind of hope her partner leaves her. To manipulate your own child and put their mental health at risk to get what you want is just so disgusting. If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.